Listening is an important skill, but for many students, it is the most difficult part of learning English. Example, some students say that people talk too fast. Says Mario, who is a student at Wilmot Community College. Then there are people who say that when they have difficulty doing listening, they can stop listening and give up in the middle of listening. As some students do, when I don't understand a word, I feel discouraged and I stop listening. Even though that is not a good thing, it is better if we continue listening. And then here are some strategies for improving your interactive listening skills. Number 1 is ask for help, like please speak more slowly, or excuse me, what did you say? And number 2 is check the information. What did you say? Number 2, checking the information. If you think you haven't understood, repeat what you heard. And number 3 is use your own words. Make sure you're listening, don't think about what you're going to say next. And the following strategies can help improve your non-interactive listening skills. Number 1, use what you know. Think about the subject and try to think of the words you will hear in advance. For example, is when you watch a video vlogger about food, vlogger might use the word about food. And number 2 is just listen. Concentrate on listening and be an active listener. Don't eat lunch or do other things while you're listening. And then number 3, don't stop listening. Even if you don't understand something, you can make quiz and listen to other important information. The next material is speaking. Generally, speaking is the process of building and sharing meaning through the use of verbal or non-verbal symbols in a variety of contexts. The speaking skills is viewed as the most substantial part of an EFL course. The growing need for international communication in the information age has led many language learners to language classes in order to improve their speaking ability. Even though many students have mastered basic speaking skills, some students have performed much more effectively in the acquisition and their progress in oral communication than others. According to Falls, for most people, being able to speak a language means knowing that language in speech is the most fundamental means of communication among human beings. Nevertheless, speaking in a second or foreign language learning context has often been viewed as the most demanding of the 4 language skills. Speaking a language is especially difficult for foreign language learning because effective oral communication requires the ability to use the language appropriately in social interaction. Bigot declared that to become proficient EFL speaker, studying the knowledge of grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, intonation, and etc. is not adequate, but the ability to use this knowledge in order to communicate successfully is indispensable.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will explain about critical listening. Critical listening in this context means using careful, systematic thinking and reasoning to see whether a message makes sense in light of factual evidence. Critical listening can be learned with practice, but is not necessarily easy to do. Critical listening can be particularly difficult when the message is complex. Unfortunately, some speakers may make their message intentionally complex to avoid critical scrutiny. Problems occur when messages are repeated to others who have not yet developed the skill to discern the difference between a valid message and a mistaken one. Um, 5 ways to improve your critical listening. Point 1. Recognizing the difference between fact and opinion. Often, when people have a negative opinion about a topic, they are unwilling to accept fact. Instead, they question all aspects of the speech and have a negative predisposition toward both the speech and the speaker. This is not to say the speaker should not express their opinion. Many of the great speeches in history include personal opinions. Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan mengatakan, setiap orang berhak atas pendapat mereka sendiri, tetapi mereka tidak berhak atas fakta mereka sendiri. Bagian dari mendengarkan kritis ada belajar untuk memisahkan pendapat dari fakta. Dan ini bekerja dalam dua cara. Pendengaran kritis menyadari apakah pembicara menyampaikan pesan faktual atau pesan berdasarkan pendapat. Dan mereka juga menyadari interaksi antara pendapat mereka sendiri dan fakta saat mereka mendengarkan pesan. Seringkali ketika orang memiliki pendapat negatif tentang suatu topik, mereka tidak mau menerima fakta. Sebaliknya, mereka mempertanyakan semua aspek pidato dan memiliki kecenderungan negatif terhadap pidato dan pembicara. Ini tidak berarti bahwa pembicara tidak boleh mengungkapkan pendapatnya. Banyak pidato terbesar dalam sejarah mencakup pendapat pribadi. Pendengar yang kritis mungkin setuju atau tidak setuju dengan pendapat pembicara, tetapi intinya adalah mereka tahu kapan pesan yang mereka dengar didasarkan pada opini dan fakta. Point 2. Be open to new ideas. In the world of public speaking, we must be open to new ideas. Let's face it, people have a tendency to filter out information they disagree with and to filter in information that support what they already believe. Kadang-kadang orang terlalu memikirkan persepsi mereka tentang dunia sehingga mereka tidak dapat mendengarkan pesan yang masuk akal dan akan sangat bermanfaat bagi mereka secara reseptif. Kemajuan manusia dapat dicapai terkadang melawan rintangan besar karena keingintahuan mental dan daya pengamatan beberapa orang. Point 3. Rely on reason and common sense. When you are the speaker, you should not substitute common sense for evidence. That way, during a speech, it's necessary to cite the authority of scholar whose research is irrefutable or less likely credible. It is all too easy to make a mistake in reasoning, sometimes called fallacy in stating your case. Point 4. Relate new ideas to old ones. If you can provide those comparisons for your listener, you make it easier for them to give consideration to your ideas. Point 5. Take notes. It is good to get a speaking well. You can write the keyword about what you will speak.
Hello, my name is Widia. I will explain about how to be critical speaker. The first is recognizing the difference between fact and opinion. What is a fact and what is the opinion? The first is fact. Fact is something that actually reality, and opinion is something that come out from our mind. Often people, if they have a negative opinion about the topic, they will not accept the fact. Instead, the question, ini tidak berarti the speaker can express their opinion. The second is be open to new idea. As public speakers, we must accept all opinion, or we must be open-minded, open new idea. People cenderung filter out with information they disagree with, and filter information they already believe. The third is really on reason and common sense. If you, as a public speakers, you should not change bukti evidence with common sense. You should have a evidence if you speaking, and you must mengutip penelitian terdahulu or journal. The fourth is relate new idea to old ones. If you can comparison about old and new, you will pendengar more easier give pertimbangan about your idea. And then the last one is take notes. As public speakers, we can write kata kunci. Itu make more easier. We will remember the speech.
I'm Rosanti Putri. I want to ask, talk about listening. There are two kinds of strategy, interactive and non-interactive. What the benefit of them? So, in your opinion, what the most useful? Okay, thank you.
We'll answer question from Mbak Mia. First, in interactive listening, you can give more attention to the speaker and respond it later. You can ask to the speaker to speak slowly properly. You feel that the speaker speak too fast, and you can ask the speaker what is the meaning and repeat the topic. Non-interactive speaking. In here, you are pay more attention and focus to the speaker says. It can improve your listening skill, and no need for someone to talk. You can get exercise by yourself and no time limit. Second, both of them are useful, but you can try to interactive listening because it can improve your listening and speaking skill too. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Susila Yunia. I have a question for you. In speaking and listening is the most crucial in study is foreign language. But in speaking, when I want to speak, the words is arranged in my head. But I want to speak it, I can't, and the word is just disappeared. So, what is the solution about this problem? So, you say that grammar is not important? Okay, thank you for your answer.
Okay, I will answer question number 2. If you want to speak, you can speak anything and don't think about grammar and the structure first. The most important is the listener can understand what are you speak, but also you don't speak any word without thinking about its meaning. And grammar is very important, but is the key. You improve your speaking and then improve grammar.
Hello, I'm Susila Yunia. I have a question for you. The first thing, you say that the goal as a critical listener is to evaluate the message that is being sent and decide it for yourself if the information is valid. But I think when I'm listening and don't get the point, I want to stop listening and finish it soon. What should I do? Have you a solution for me? Okay, thank you for your answer and information.
Okay, I want to ask question number 3. This is something that is usually done by beginners, and I also feel it. I want to stop listening immediately, but that's the key. We have to be more patient and serious in listening. Probably we can get the point when the speaker continues the next time.